What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Awaken Chaos Era video. Alright, one global launch is finally here. I know we're all super excited for that. Been a long time coming. Today we're going to talk about re-rolling your accounts. If you're new with the global launch and you want to start the game right now and you want to know the best units or heroes to re-roll for, we're going to cover that right now in this video. So let's just jump right into it. And the first thing I want to say is that I look at a re-roll in two parts. Because of all the codes being locked behind level 10 and then the hero picker being locked up until you get to 2.8, I believe, in adventure mode. So until you get to chapter 2.8, you're not going to be able to pick your legendary hero. I'll put some screenshots on the screen for you guys somewhere over here. This way you guys can see what I'm talking about and what it looks like. But if we go back to common and we drop all the way down to 2.8, I thought about making a new account, but I really didn't want to. And one more thing before I jump into this part of it. When you guys start the game, just click on quick play. Don't actually use your Google account or your Facebook account. Just go to quick play, and then if you decide to keep the account, you just go to your settings and link it. And if you don't want to keep it, then you could just delete the account and start over again on quick play. It's really, really easy to start a reroll account in this game. But right here under 2.8 is where your hero picker is going to unlock. Once you beat this, you will be able to pick a legendary hero out of 5 summons. So the best way I can break this down for you guys is the more you play the game, the more summons you're going to get. Now, not everybody goes to 2.8. A lot of people play as much as they can. They unlock as many summons as they can, maybe a 10 pull or 2. I'm not sure if it's 10 summons or 20 summons. During the soft launch, we were able to get 2 10 pulls, but I don't think it's that way anymore because they locked all the codes behind level 10. When we started playing in the soft launch, you were able to use the codes right away. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore. So I think you're going to get between 15 and 20 summons before you get to 2.8 if you don't do any other side missions or anything like that. And what I mean by side missions is under your foodie guide. You can do some missions here, which will give you summons, and you can also do missions by clicking on Freya here. You can also try to do some of these, and this will also give you summons as well. Depending on how much you play, it will depend on how many summons you'll be able to do. Now, with all that to the side, you have your summons, you're ready to go. Who do you reroll for? Who is your best option? Now, before the global launch, your best option was Hydrissa. But because now, if we go to our mailbox, and if we scroll down to the grand opening of Awaken Chaos Era, we will see that we all get Nathalia for free. And unfortunately, Nathalia is a better version of Hydrissa. Well, it's not unfortunately, but Nathalia is an epic, and Hydrissa is a legendary that you can pick from your 2.8 picker. The issue becomes that Nathalia is a better version of Hydrissa, so you don't need Hydrissa if you have Nathalia. Nathalia is used late game, Hydrissa is not. Trust me, I have them both built, and I do not touch my Hydrissa anymore. I use Nathalia for everything because they're both water, so when you put them next to each other, Nathalia is just the better thing to have and build and invest in, and she's an epic, much easier to build, much easier to get dupes of. So I'm going to say for your 2.8 picker, you definitely want to go with something like a Valerie, because Valerie is fire, and she'll give you the fire nuking side of things, and Nathalia will give you the water side, and then hopefully you'll pull something like Gangalo, which we'll talk about in a second. But I would say for your picker, you're probably better off going with something like a Valerie, because she is a fire nuker. And by doing that, you're going to give yourself a water nuker and a fire nuker. And in this game, when you get to Mythic Campaign and you start farming your glyphs, you 100% need 2 farmers to do so. 1 farmer is not going to be good enough. Now, yes, over time, you will eventually get Zatlox as well. And Zatlox is one of the best farmers in the game. But just starting off, you're going to have your Nathalia and you're going to pick your Valerie. And that's going to give you a good combo and allow you to start breaking into the Mythic Campaign glyph farming side of things. It does take time to do it, but going in with a Valerie and Nathalia would definitely be a good option for you. Now, I did pick Hydrissa in the soft launch. I don't regret it or anything like that because she did carry me through a lot of the early game content before I got Nathalia. But once I got Nathalia, I never touched my Hydrissa again, just to be clear with that. Now, if I go down to my Valerie, I haven't built her yet, and that's just because I didn't pick her early on. I do regret not picking her early on because if I would have picked her instead of Hydrissa, I would have definitely 6-starred her, and I'd probably be using her now today. The thing is, I just started getting so many epics and other stuff along the way that I never really had a reason to build her. I will build her eventually, but right now I would say Valerie's probably the best one to go with for your legendary picker because it is a limited pick. It doesn't give you options through all the legendaries in the game. I believe there's 6 legendaries that you can pick from, and I do 100% think that Valerie would be the best option because paired with the free Nathalia, you're just going to have such a great combo. And then outside of that, when you're re-rolling your account, you're looking for some key epics. I would say Nathalia, but now you get it for free. You don't really need Nathalia. Getting a second copy would be good because then you can ascend her. But I would say epics that you'd be looking for along the way would be Zatlox. You do get Zatlox for free for missions, but again, having a second, third, fourth copy to ascend him is going to be a really good thing either way. but he is also one of the best epics in the game. The thing with this game is the epics are stronger than most legendaries. I know that sounds a little crazy, but right now where the game stands, most of these epics are used more than most of the legendaries. That's just the way it is. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. William is also one of the best supports in the game, period. So if you're looking for some of those, key epics, Rickard is one of the best hard-hitting dwarfs in the game. He does damage based off of true damage and his max HP. So this man just wrecks anything in front of him. So he'd be another really good key epic. The Fire Org is also another really good choice. He's not a necessity or anything like that. I wouldn't go for him if I was re-rolling, but if you do get him along the way, he is a good unit to have. And then I would say Wintrex would be the last one that you really want to keep an eye out for. Wintrex is mostly just PvP related, though. If you're not that big into PvP, you don't really need to worry about Wintrex that much. She does help out early game when you're doing your adventures and farming your bounties and stuff like that, but she's not essential the way some of the other epics are, like William, for example, or Rickard. You'd be much better off having a copy of Rickard or William than having a copy of Wintrex when you're re-rolling your account. Celestial Cane is a really, really good LD to have. He is light, so he's hard to get, but he's a really good LD to have early on because he has the invincibility, which helps so much in doing Void Tower normal and all that other content, Bounty Hunt, Endless Trial. He's so good in all that content, especially when you're a new player. So he's another really good LD to look out for. It is much harder to get LDs, but if you do pull him, he's a really good unit to have on your account. Automa's a really hard-hitting wood damage dealer as well. A lot of people sleep on her because you get her for free, I believe. Or not for free, I think you get her for $1. But she's one of the hardest hitting units in the game, let me tell you guys. Especially in Guild Boss and stuff like that. She's a really good unit to have. I'm not saying she's something you want to reroll for, but a good option to have on your account if she comes with like a Rickard or something like that. Jahar would be another really good epic due to the fact that he is really good in the poison team with Gangalo, which we are going to talk about in a second, the best legendary to reroll for, but you can't get him for 2-8, unfortunately. That's why I'm saving it for the end. But Jahar is another really good option because he pairs well with Gangalo and Santis. And the reason I'm not saying to reroll for Santis is because you can fuse it for free. It's a really, really easy fusion, and you could do it for free just by doing your blue summons, your free summons. So rerolling for Santis is not really a good idea. Obviously, if she comes on your account, great, but I wouldn't pick her over a William or a Rickard or something like that because William and Rickard you can't get for free. Santis you can. I pulled her once, fused her twice, and now we just need to get 3 more because she does need to be Ascension 5 to be really effective anyways. And same thing with the legendary we're going to talk about in a second. Hankrin is another really good option. The thing with Hankrin is he is a fusion as well, so you can eventually get him for free. So I wouldn't reroll an account for Hankrin, but again, if you get him with Rickard and William, then it would be a really good epic combo to have. Because again, when it comes down to Ascensions, you need multiple copies of these units anyways, but just know that Hankrin is a free fusion along with Santis. So 2 of the strongest epics in the game you're going to get from free fusion anyways. So really, I would say look out for William, Rickard, Wintrex if you're really, really into PvP. And I would say those would be the 3 main epics you're looking for due to the fact that you get Natalia for free. Scarlet is a really, really good unit. She's not something you need to reroll for again, but she is one of my favorite units in the game right now. Currently, I use her for everything. I absolutely love my Scarlet. She brings bleed and all that stuff, but she is a fantastic epic as well. Going back to my point where most epics in this game are usable. So now you got your epics, you're good to go. What legendary are you going to reroll for? And that is easy. If you're just re-rolling for one legendary, the legendary you want to go for is going to be Gangalo, hands down, no questions asked. This is the man you want to go for because Poison has been broken since Beta 1. For the whole entire past year, Gangalo has been #1 when it comes to clearing the gear content. Now, he's not going to be that good in adventures and farming fast and stuff like that, but when you start switching over from adventures to your gear farming, like your Ash Dungeon, your Queen Dungeon, Gangalo is going to make that transition so easy for you, especially if you fuse your Santis and you have your Jahar or you have Zatlox paired with him. It's one of the best combos in the game right now currently. Poison is the strongest thing to kill bosses right now. Stronger than Bleed, stronger than anything. Now, they did make a few tweaks to Poison, but in my opinion, Poison is still #1, and I still think that Gangalo would be the #1 reroll for you guys. Now, again, he doesn't come from your 2-8 picker, so you're going to have to pull him through your advanced summons that you get going up to 2-8. So I would say get 20 pulls. If you don't get Gangalo, just reroll the account and keep going until you get this man, Gangalo. The funny thing is, back in the betas and the soft launch, people used to get him and get upset and re-roll their accounts, and that's a big mistake. I still haven't gotten Gangalo to this day, and I can't clear any rune dungeon level 12 except for Ash, and that's because I have a lot of water units. But when it comes to Queen and all the other ones, I can't even farm them yet, and that's because I don't have my man Gangalo. And I'm not saying this is the only way to farm it, it's just the easiest way to farm it, especially when you're a new player early on. And with this global launch, you guys want to catch up as fast as possible. And Gangalo will allow you to do that because he's going to get you farming those dungeons faster than anything else will. Now, the one catch with Gangalo is he needs to be A2 to really be his strong self. So you do need to get 2 copies of him, unfortunately, to get this all enemies takes 100% more damage from poison. I know he can be used without this, but this just makes him the god tier that he needs to be. Now, through events and stuff, I believe we got a couple of legendary ascension potions. So within a month or two, you should be able to get this done. And by then, you should be switching over to the gear dungeons because you're going to be farming adventures for the first 2 months anyways. So you just want to have him on your account, and then you'll get the ascension potions through shops and stuff like that. Just making sure you have a copy of him is the most important thing. And now, because the fact that they give you Nathalia, she can be your farmer, so you don't have to worry about who you pick from your 2-8 picker. I would say Valerie, because then you'll have Valerie and Nathalia, and they'll farm great for you. They're such a great combo. One's fire, one's water, and they both do a ton of damage. So then Gangalo could just sit on the side until you're ready to go into the gear dungeons. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you real quick. So if we click on dungeons and we click on Arcane Dominator, you'll see that these are the gear dungeons. The only one I can farm stage 12 is Ash, like I said. And the rest I haven't really messed with because if you don't have enough damage, these dungeons are really hard, and that's where Gangalo comes into play, especially with Jahar and Santis or some kind of poison combo. Even the Pirate Ava is really good in that combo. Zatlock is good in the combo, but the thing is you need Gangalo A2'd for it to work properly. Most of the people that are clearing all of these stage 12 have Gangalo. So I would say if you're one of those people that want to have that really good fast start, go for Gangalo, use Nathalia, pick Valerie as your 2-8 picker, and you are going to be good to go. You are ready to break into Awakening and get that fast start that you're looking for. So just to clip the things I said in the beginning, if you go to settings and you click on settings, after you clicked on click play when you start the game, there's going to be 3 things listed. I believe it's Google Play, Facebook, and then Quick Play. You're going to click on Quick Play, and then you're going to go to your account here if you don't keep the account, and then you could change the account. I don't want to click this because it's going to show my Google account, but if you click account, you'll be able to link the account. If you don't want to keep it, then you just don't link the account, you erase the account, and you start over again with Quick Play. It's that easy to reroll in Awakening. You're going to jump into adventures, try to get to 2-8 as quick as you can. Now, there's nothing wrong with picking Hydrissa. In my recommendation, I would go with Valerie 100% because of the free Nathalia. I can't make that clear enough. Because you don't need 2 water units early on. It's much better to have a fire and a water one. And then you're going to have Gangalo, which is wood, so it's just a perfect pairing. Most of the people that have cleared Void Tower Hard and all that stuff use Gangalo to do it as well. Gangalo is just an all-around fantastic unit. And let me just show you real quick before we wrap this one up where to get some of these Ascension Potions from. So let's just say you have Gangalo, but you need to get them Ascended. There is ways to get these potions. Now, obviously, it's going to take time. You're not going to get them overnight. Arena Shop is one of them. You could farm Arena like crazy and just save for this and buy it twice. You will get 1 or 2 from events. I know in the soft launch, I think we got 2 total. So I would say getting Gangalo would be the most important thing, and it's going to be the most efficient thing for you guys going forward in the game. Get your free Nathalia, use her, she'll carry you through the adventures. Thank you guys so much for the support here on YouTube. We are so close to 5,000 subs. Once we reach it, we'll start another sub celebration. If you want to follow me on Twitch and Discord, those are always linked down below. We do 2 monthly giveaways on Discord, random giveaways on Twitch. If you want to be a part of the random giveaway that we do here on YouTube, all you have to do is sub to the channel, like and comment on my past 10 videos, and that will automatically enter you into the random giveaway. I truly do love each and every single one of you. I will see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.